Good morning, folks. What is up? You are watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We are standing along the Buitenveldertbaan, runway 0927 at the moment, the only runway in use for arrivals. And Orange Pride is in the vicinity. We have wind blowing from the west. It's a bit of a gamble. And I had a look on Bezoek Bus just now, and it might be the case that around 11:40 this runway is going to close. Time will tell. For now the wind has been blowing from the west-northwest throughout, and it is expected to change to a bit more southwesterly later in the day, but Windfinder says it's not going to be a very smooth and quick process, so we'll have to see. As you guys can see, big picture wise, this is looking to the east, looking to the north, looking to the south, and looking to the west where the wind is blowing from. Alright. Orange Pride now number 2 behind this airplane, which is KLM Flight 1402, arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. Here's the Orange Pride, BHBVA, now number 10 on flight radar, 108 people tracking it, arriving from Johannesburg, South Africa, KLM Flight 592. It's the 777-300 and we have new emojis, the and let's get loud. So let's get loud and let's give it up for this 777-300 . 10 hours and 23 minutes on the way, 16 years old, first flight January 2008. Very good morning to everybody who has joined in the meantime. There it is, Sander. 777 Let's get louder. There's all kinds of combinations that you can make with the custom emojis. After this Orange Pride, Delta Airlines Flight 74 is arriving from Atlanta, Georgia, an A330-300. Mostly headwind for the airplanes landing on this runway today. They're landing to the west, and the wind is blowing from the west more or less. A very good morning to everybody who's joined in the meantime. Jens, who has arrived in Egmond. Jane, Art, Paul, Maria, Stefan, Sander of course, Pan, Evelyn, Janus, and all others. Welcome one and all. Delta Airlines Flight 74 up next. A330-300 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. 7 hours and 41 minutes on their way. 8-year-old airplane. First flight June 2016. Turning in somewhere behind it should be a BA A320. Question is, can we see it already? Contrast-wise, it would stand out, you'd say, but not seeing it just yet. Maybe it's behind the trees. That could be. Top of the morning, Evan. Evan says, I'm going to sleep soon. We'll have the TV on until someone turns it off. Astra Benjamins, goedemorgen. Epic R, goedemorgen. Hey, found the keys, awesome. Still took an hour, wow. Hadi Henk, goedemorgen. Wolfgang, morgen. Good to see you again. Again, so got the microphone in the blimp over here. Definitely Viagra in the air. Hard to miss. This windsock also arriving from Bonaire. There was a Grebe in the water here earlier. Not sure where it went. Not sure if there are a couple further up ahead. Don't see them just yet. Next up is going to be an A320 from BA. Meanwhile, over at the general aviation platform, BizJets. Busy with BizJets. Welcome to BizJet TV. What is up, Alan? It's bloody freezing here. Well, tell you what, mate, I'm standing here with long sleeves, everything, and I have also put on my gloves, my fingerless gloves. Although with the sun here out now, it is warming up a little bit. Hadi hadi, goedemorgen. Indeed, less wet than yesterday. This is, I think, a nice day sandwiched in between poorer days. Tomorrow also rain expected, not sure yet from what time onwards. Not sure yet if I will be able to go out tomorrow. Autumn has arrived in the Netherlands by the looks of it. Richard, goedemorgen. Jane says absolutely baking over here. I thought I saw on the news yesterday 34 degrees C in Moscow. And don't know if that was yesterday or if that was the forecast for today, but that is definitely substantially warmer than it is over here. Air France. Where is it? Yeah, I think it is Air France. Morning Ian. Goedemorgen Sven. Blackburst, goedemorgen. Andre Sander, goedemorgen. We'll also have to start numbering the Sanders in the chat. There's now 2 at least. Andrea, morgen. Iris, goedemorgen. Let's see. Next up is a CRJ underway. SAS flight 1553 arriving from Stockholm. 14-year-old airplane. First flight November 2009. Not streaming on my birthday tomorrow. How would? It's always weather dependent, mate. Send over that sunshine to the Netherlands and I'll get you your stream. No worries. Adi Stijn, goedemorgen. Martin R, goedemorgen. All others who have joined in the meantime, good morning. We have a 2-airplane glide slope shot over here. Arrivals at runway 27. In the background, the second airplane. That is United Airlines flight 968 arriving from San Francisco. And we have an A330 from Delta arriving from Portland, Oregon. That is now flying base, turning in. Jane wishes she could steal our wonderful wind and clouds. Well, if you do that, I will have to report you to the police though. So if you are going to do that, make sure we don't know it's you. It was you. Wesley just arrived at Schiphol. Well, as I was arriving at Schiphol, or at least I was driving towards this location, and I was using the Schiphol tunnel, and you also passed the P3 parking lot. One exit before, I think that's a personnel parking lot entrance. People with ski masks were standing there, chasing everybody who wanted to turn into that entrance, chasing them away. Not sure if there was an emergency or something, maybe a suspicious parcel or something, but definitely something was going on over there. Right, CRJ arriving from Stockholm, 1 hour 42 minutes on the way, 14-year-old airplane. Indeed, the special herpes edition from German Airways is coming in. That is going to be a channel first. 75 years herpes. What a great virus. What up, fucker? Right, next up, United Airlines 777-200 arriving from San Francisco. 9 hours 44 minutes on the way, 22 years old, first flight January 2002. Ah, Gerrit. Ah, Mary. Mary? Mary, denk ik. Bom dia, João. And all others, welcome to the show. Dirty go. Look at the flap surfaces. PU. Hey Finnair A350 fan, morning. Philippine aviation. Who is in Switzerland? Confusion. Morning. What is up next? It is Delta A330 flight 178 arriving from Portland, Oregon, Jerry's hometown. 9 hours and 2 minutes on their way. 21 years old, first flight January 2003. Morgen Tom, David. Paul, did I already say hi? David, Koen en Sam, Hassan, goedemorgen. Chinese A350 will be next. Already visible over there, arriving from China. Nice. That's my early onset dementia kicking in then, Paul. Did I say good morning to you already? Hi, Paul. Over. Air Baltic on the move. How about telescope moding into the tower? Well, it's too reflective. Because it is a little bit shaky. Well, in that case, let's refrain from doing that. Hey there, Joner. Yeah, Joner, you're going crazy. That regardless. No, there was an instance where I forgot to copy paste the M, so it did say ETAR. Absolutely. Keen memory that you still remember. China Southern Airlines A350-900 flight 307 arriving from Guangzhou in China. 11 hours and 8 minutes underway this airplane. B30L. This airplane is 4 years old, had its first flight in October 2019. Hey there, Connie. Hey there, Han. And all others who have joined in the meantime, morning. Chinese A350, let's go. Now after that I'm going to enable the image stabilizer, which I see I forgot to do still. Chinchulo. Good morning, green light. Welcome to the show, one and all. Alrighty, let's quickly go into the menu, image stabilizer, turn on the dynamic image stabilizer. There we go. Departures from runway 24 in progress. Cargo 747s. And whatnot. We have another Chinese over here, Suparna. Also a few airplanes parked outside of the maintenance hangars. Air France, Transavia, some big KLM'ers. Substantial part of the wide-body fleet parked outside over there. More towing in progress here. Tipping and towing. Now next up, an Embraer 175 arriving from Prague, Czech Republic, KLM flight 1352. Flight time 1 hour and 19 minutes. Next up is an A320neo EasyJet arriving from London Gatwick. Big picture overview, let's have a look. Let's do an update of the ETAR. And the ETAR is now saying winds blowing from west northwest. Wind speed 18 knots, 504. 3,000 feet, few clouds. The air temperature is 15 degrees C, roughly 60 F. See that wind speed is peaking a little bit. Expectation for today is that the wind is going to stay in the westerly corner throughout the day, and wind speed peaking around 2 o'clock today, and it will turn more to the southwest and south later today and tomorrow. Current runway use, we are standing over here right now. Expected runway use, that's interesting. This is for today and this afternoon, and it says here runway 27 for landing, and also for landing over here, and then 11:40 till 1 o'clock landing on Polderbaan and taking off Kaagbaan Aalsmeerbaan. However, that might also still change to landing runway 27. So that's a bit tricky, remains to be seen what is going to happen here. If the wind stays the way it is right now, I'm not seeing landings on Polderbaan just yet. I am cautiously optimistic that we are going to see arrivals for upcoming hours and also after 11:40, but remains to be seen. It's always, you never know with Schiphol. Next up, Embraer 195 SAS arriving from Oslo. Let me quickly paste that ETAR in the ICAR. For you guys to see. Also, heard this little bird. Not sure if it is Christopher Coote, Clint Eastwood, or one of their cousins. SAS Embraer 195, not an E2 195, a regular Embraer 195 long range, 1 hour and 28 minutes on the way from Oslo to Amsterdam, 13 years old. Christian, goedemorgen. Aldo, good morning. All others who have joined in the meantime, good morning. Mrs. Professor, good morning. Just started our 10-day heat wave. Oh, nice. Nice and toasty. Godspeed over there. Evening, Bob. German Monster, Morgan. We had an Embraer 195, a regular Embraer 195 just now. This is the E2 Embraer 195. Okay, then flight 1772. Arriving from Berlin, 1 hour 7 minutes underway. The PH NXP, which is a year old. First flight June 2023. Yeah, was also looking to my left. Thought I might see an airplane, a heavy on the downwind leg. Just check that when filming an arrival. Passeerstrook 6. Strip to pass other traffic by. Morgen Hans. And that's a 737 spooling up, runway 24. So, outbound traffic from Polderbaan should be visible somewhere over there in the distance. If you know where you need to look. Airplanes passing on the downwind leg should pass me by over here, which is where I was looking just now to see if I could spot the airplane that, according to Flight Radar, was passing by, but I didn't. Now it's too late. I think it's already in the distance. Ooh. Well, sounds somewhere from behind me. Rob, goedemorgen. OC, good morning. Donna, good morning. Michael, good morning. All others, welcome to the show. Croatia Airlines A319 arriving from Zagreb. You already missed the CRJ, Michael. You already had an SAS land just now. Well, just now, 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. Not sure if you saw it. Oh. Welcome to BizJet TV with a BizJet just taking off from runway 22. Also, Gary Grebe here. Nitpicker. I think he is missing that I am filming him. Still above water. Right, Air Canada coming in, Dreamliner. Flight 900 arriving from Montreal. Somebody is smoking over there. I think one of the jets just started its engines. And let's see, 777, 300 on the downwind leg. Should be flying south of me somewhere up ahead. You really need to know where you need to look. Well, it's already a bit further away, so probably out of sight already. Right, 2 airplane glide slope shot. El Al, flight 337 arriving from Tel Aviv up first, 737-900, and Delta Airlines flight 162 arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota up next. Ashley, goedemorgen. Basil, good morning. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. Which BizJet has the AMS Live logo on it? Not sure yet, Mrs. Professor. I don't know if my jet is already delivered over there. Has been delivered. Would be nice though, wouldn't it? Expensive if somebody else paid the operating costs, but alrighty, El Al, arriving from Tel Aviv, 737-900. And 40 minutes on the way. 10-year-old airplane, first flight September 2013. Let's quickly turn back. Our next airplane is approaching. Delta Airlines flight 162, arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Seven hours and 3 minutes underway. 8-year-old airplane, first flight May 2016. A Speedbird A319 should be, oh yeah, right on the left hand side above the trees, coming this way. Die Jippe. Morgenmarkt. Right. Will this airplane get loud? Let's get loud. Let's hope it will. Hope the mic picks up the reverser sounds somewhat decently. Iris is getting old. Feels so weird that 2016 is already 8 years ago. It feels like yesterday. That is what old people would say. Mind you, I would say exactly the same thing. Hey Lily, morning. I think the cost of owning a BizJet would be sky high. I think the purchase is, is the relative easy part, but it's just the upkeep that will really bleed your bank account. Isn't there saying something to the likes of if it flies, floats, or can have intercourse, you're better off renting it? Definitely something that holds up, I think, for airplanes, unless you're a frequent flyer, a really frequent flyer. Hey Karsten, morning. British Airways up next. Arriving from London Heathrow, A319, flight 430, 42 minutes on the way, 18 years old. The GDBCG. First flight, February 2006. EasyJet A320neo. Following, I think it's a 777-300ER that will come after that. Blamo, welcome to the Netherlands. Speedbird. Yeah, already 600k. That's for probably a not too big one. And there was a trijet over there earlier. I think it has gone already. Oh no, still there. I think I think you won't make it with just 600k operating one of these big mofos a year. Friendly clouds here, no finger flippers just yet. Clouds are well behaved so far today. This is an A320neo arriving from the Czech Republic, Prague. 1 hour 17 minutes underway. 1-year-old airplane, first flight June 2023. Hey Roy, morning. Now I only came to finishing watching Monday's stream yesterday. Roy, I think I missed 5 gifted memberships of you. I saw it in the chat and I totally did not see a response from me. Apologies for that, and a belated very big thank you, Roy, for 5 gifted memberships last stream on Monday that I totally missed, and also I think the moderators missed. By all means, do let me know if something goes under the radar. I really don't want to give off the impression that I'm ungrateful. I apologize, Roy, did not see that. What I did see though was that Karsten did just now also gift 5 memberships. Karsten, thank you so much. Very generous of you. Don't forget to say thank you to Karsten if you are one of the 5 recipients. And welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge. This is a 777-300ER, for which you can now use the custom emoji 2, no less. Arriving from Cape Town, South Africa. Killing for 598. And a nice wheelie to boot. Flight time, all ones, 11 hours and 11 minutes. Indeed, Epic R. QJ says that Jesus is off to Rhodes. Okay, Jesus is looking for the sun and warmth. A bit of warmth. It's also welcome over here. Current status quo. Hoodie over the head and the fingerless gloves on. Fingers gotta stay warm. Gotta control those zoom rockers. This is a baby bus, ladies and gentlemen. Een baby bus. Tarom A318 arriving from Bucharest. 2 hours and 39 minutes on the way. Wairasa. Wairasa is 17 years old and had its first flight in November 2006. Like a toy plane, isn't it? More maple syrup up ahead. Sun Express, maple syrup, EasyJet, KLM. What up, fucker? Let's quickly turn back. We have an A320 from Lufthansa coming in from Frankfurt, flight 988. 988. Flight time 46 minutes. The Dazer, the AI ZR, 11 years old, first flight March 2013. Has been pushed back and is beginning its taxi by the looks of it. And this is indeed next to the McDonald's, Mike Miami. And almost there, Tom Boss, the 20k indeed. Won't be long, hopefully. Ooh, nice. Plan Watcher 52 saw me. No, wait. We Saturday, you and I, my father and I spot planes. Saturday. Well, that all depends on the weather. It's always hard for me to predict when I will be able to go out. Unless, of course, we also get a heat wave like Mrs. Professor is. You saw me just now, hoodie over my head, fingerless gloves on. Terrible weather, for the time of year at least. It's not too bad, but anyway, I'm being very Dutch here, complaining about the weather. National pastime number 1. This is KLM flight 1900. Embraer 190, returning from Geneva. Hey there, Ella. Hey, Ange, morning. Epic R says, do they have a toy plane in a Happy Meal? Mate, I wouldn't know. It's been decades since I last had a Happy Meal and I don't have any kids, so absolutely no idea. I am so the wrong person to ask that question to. KLM flight 1268 up next, arriving from Copenhagen, 737-800, 1 hour precisely, well, 1 hour and a minute underway now. The PHBGB, 16 years old, first flight April 2008. Indeed, the only predictable thing about the weather is that it is unpredictable. Change the only constant. So, in an hour from now, things are going to be interesting, folks, because Bezoek Bus, the website that forecasts expected runway use in the upcoming hours for Schiphol Airport, indicates that we might see a closure of the runway until 1 o'clock, which would mean end of stream. Now, there's also a few asterisks next to that prediction, and it says under the asterisks that depending on the wind, runway 27 might also still be continued to use as runway for arrivals. It is expected to be used again from 1 o'clock onwards, so I'm thinking, why would they stop using it for that 1.5 hours if the wind doesn't change significantly, and they're going to use it or expect to use it again after that little interval. So I'm hopeful that runway is going to stay open in an hour from now, but there is a slight chance that we might be wrong. Wolfgang asks, do you know what the vertical spinning antenna is exactly? The answer is no, I don't. I thought it had to do with ground radar, but now I'm just guessing based on hearsay. I have no idea. Bump, bump, bump. And that was the trash airplane. From Barcelona, Tarom A318. I keep seeing smokiness over there. I'm also hearing, oh, that was behind me, sirens. I'm not seeing any movement over there, biz jets or anything on the move. Has been pushed back. Next up is Transavia, the old standard livery, flying for Transavia once again and returning from Slovenia, Ljubljana. Flight 6820, 1 hour 39 minutes underway. 21 years old, first flight February 2003. see. Embraer 190, arriving from Edinburgh, KLM flight 924, Air France. A321, arriving from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. Behind that we should see A737 arriving from London Heathrow, and after that an A319 arriving from Copenhagen. Okay, all the capitals. Only this little itty bitty Embraer 190. No wait, Edinburgh is also. Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland, isn't it? now I'm starting to wonder. Right, it's the Capital Express. This nice variety of airplane types, 4 different airplane types, 4 different capitals. I think, or 3. Let's see. Can we just, yeah, 3 airplane glide slope shot. Nice linear glide slope shot. Where's Captain Jerry? Where is Captain Jerry? Meanwhile, hi there, Dan. And Jasper, morning. Air France flight 1444 up next. A321 arriving from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. 46 minutes on the way. Vegete. Vegete is 14 years old. First flight was in March 2010. Edinburgh, indeed the capital of Scotland. I was doubting it for a brief second, but there you go. So 4 different airplane types, 4 different capitals. Embraer 190 just now, A321 up next, 737 up next. Her Highness is on the move. Suparna will be going to Moscow. There's another jet preceding the 747, so let's look at the landing of KLM flight 1002 first, arriving from London Heathrow. 737-800, 48 minutes on the way. To land on this runway is an EasyJet A319 arriving from Copenhagen, and what we are now looking at is Suparna Airlines 747, which will be going to Moscow, turning onto runway 24. The B1340, 17 years old. This airplane is from July 2007. Are the flaps clean? That's a good question, QJ. I don't think they're the cleanest, but they're reasonably clean. Hey, Yamaha also there. Interesting. Adion. Hey, and this is also warning us of a 747 incoming in 8 minutes. Nice. Queen goes out, Queen comes in. And Oink Oink Airlines also lined up to go. You can see there's Viagra in the air. That's also why the sky is blue. We're going to get a tower shot, combo shot. No, it's already too high. The tower is way to the right. Pity. Oh well. Let's quickly turn back. Emirates is coming in from Dubai, flight 145, 777-300. 6 hours and 34 minutes on the way, almost the same flight time as the A380 would have taken. 9-year-old airplane, first flight March 2015. Forget to clean the edges of the flap surfaces. Lufthansa A319 up next, arriving from Munich. Behind it is an E2 Embraer arriving from Zurich, KLM. Third airplane visible in the distance, Embraer 175 arriving from Southampton. Hadden ze weer een euroknaller voor je klaar liggen? Not sure that I'm getting your drift here. Catching your drift here, Rick. Euroknaller. Leroy, where is that Boeing coming from? Where is it going to? Helps if I know where I need to look. Is it coming from the west, from the east? Will it be passing north of me, south of me? Throw me a bone here, folks, if you want me to see if I can spot something in the sky passing overhead. So often I immediately caught your drift when you were talking about Euroknallers. Of course, the McDonald's, yeah. Yeah, frequent visitor over there. E2 Embraer will be next. Arriving from Zurich, KLM, flight 1918. 1 hour and 14 minutes on the way to get here. 2-year-old airplane, first flight March 2022. Let's see if Her Majesty is close by. Not too far away anymore. she visible already? She has to be. Not yet. Not yet. Wait. Bingo. There she is. Saudia. Three airplane glide slope shot. Embraer 175. Arriving from Southampton. And flight radar also indicates a BizJet from NetJets. Over there. Active. Can I see it? Not yet. Joke, goedemorgen. Mr. Flashy, good morning. Doing fine. Hope that also goes for you. Thanks for the kind words. Spotting with Trav. Right, Embraer 175 arriving from Southampton. KLM flight 1070. Time for Air Malta. Okay, something flying overhead apparently. Not seeing any contrails in the sky, as you guys can see. It's another one of those days where airplanes pass apparently overhead without a contrail. Need very precise information then to see any airplanes passing overhead. Okay, Malta up next, A320neo arriving from Malta, flight 394, 3 hours and 13 minutes on the way. The airplane is 4 years old, first flight September 2019. Quick look at the touchdown and then it will be back to the 747. Take off just now and we have another one landing, balancing it out. Air Atlanta Europe flying for Saudia. It says Saudia on the tin. Saudia cargo arriving from Jeddah, flight 933, 5 hours and 46 minutes on the way. Boeing 747 freighter, 27 years old, first flight November 1996. November 1996, what were you guys doing back then? I was in middle school studying. Well, no. Just doing nothing. Nice landing, not the loudest. Right, Andrew's up to no good. German monster, just a few days, 6 years old. Just moved back to the US after 13 years in Germany, Michael says. Loco in primary school. Iris wasn't even born. Joka in school. Niels, high school. Nice. And Mark still raving through the years. Reven is leven. Small jet, biz jet, big jet. Jane learning to hold her head up, I think, she says. Transavia arriving from Ibiza. Talking about raving. Flight 5676. Polder open for arrival, QJ says. That's interesting. Interesting development. Next up, TUI flight 703 arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao. 8 hours and 45 minutes on the way. 7878 Dreamliner. Now we had that little bizjet take off. That's what you might also pick up on the mic. This Dreamliner is 9 years old. First flight January 2015. Indeed, Joke. Food poisoning on board. I think an A330. It was a shitty situation they were in. Selwyn. Hey Jinshin, aloha mate. Michael, you have to know that if somebody is a shit starter over here, it is Rick. Almost everything he says in the chat, take it with a grain of salt, or at least have the mindset of taking it with a grain of salt, with the option to take it seriously if it may look serious. KLM flight 1850, Embraer 175, returning from Munich, 1 hour 11 minutes on their way. PHEXX, 6 years old, first flight February 2018. Right, full bag. Apologies, Mario, you're right. Full bag of salt. Rick is actually Italian, he is full of baloney. You have to reverse your mindset when it comes to Rick, Michael. Do a 180 on him. Now, it will be interesting to see what is going to happen around 11:40 local time, folks. If you guys open up omgevingsinfo, I think in 20 minutes or so, we should be able to see if any airplanes arriving from the east will still be assigned to Buitenveldertbaan or if they will be sent to Polderbaan. If that is going to be the case, show will be over in 40 minutes from now. What is up, Andy? Morning. Ron Streams, morning. You know I always spit the truth and nothing but the truth, Rick. Never say untruthful things or pull pranks on people. That's not my style. That's not my style. JetBlue up next, A321 returning from Boston to Amsterdam, 6 hours 11 minutes underway. 2 years old this airplane, first flight August 2021. Well, for the time being, we still have traffic coming to this runway, including a nice Azzurro from ITA. Now number 4 or 5 or so. The Saudia 747 has almost arrived where it needs to be. The cargo parking space of the platform area is adjacent to runway 0624, the Kaagbaan, both on the north side and on the south side. And the TUI in the foreground is just turning onto runway 24 to take off. Leo, goedemorgen. And Andy says, I never knew JetBlue flew to Schiphol. Yeah, Boston and JFK is what they sent, is where they sent airplanes from to Schiphol. The A321neo. Looks like there are line cutters. Cheaters Lane, SAS, you dirty cheat. The 747 has already passed the runway and is taxiing to its parking. More BizJets. BizJet TV over here. Over here we have number 175 arriving from Bremen. Flight 1762, 35 minutes underway. The airplane is 6 years old. First flight July 2017. Hello. Alrighty, next up will be the ITA A321neo arriving from Rome. I'm thinking that the TUI is also going to be the next airplane to take off from runway 24. Hey, and Bremen is where Steinfluencer is from. Short flight. Oh, Taylor Swift, yeah, of course. Saw it on the news yesterday. 4 concerts today, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And Joke, we did see Max Verstappen's airplane over here. It was when I was also streaming over here last year. The stream where we saw that black and orange jet in, I also made that airplane the thumbnail of that particular stream. So if you go back in the archive of the live streams, you would be able to find it. Oh, Rick. twice. Yesterday on RTL News we saw an item about the Taylor Swift concerts and how a little girl prepped her dad, made a PowerPoint presentation about all the things that you should and shouldn't do while at a Taylor Swift concert. So she basically drill instructed her dad to be prepped adequately. It was said on the article in the item that that PowerPoint was also published on the internet, so maybe you can find it and prepare yourself for that for those 2 nights out. That is a good question, Joko. Will Taylor Swift already, will she have landed already? Let's see. Leroy says Beluga XL approaching the coast. Overfly to your north shortly. That is a cool airplane. That is a cool airplane if we can see it. In the meantime, KLM 737-800 arriving from Vienna. How far to the north is it going to pass? Oh, made a turn to the far north now. Let's see, for a moment, let's clear the filters. Have a look. Oh, that's already in the vicinity of Alkmaar, so that is already far to the north. I think that will be hard to see from over here. Okie-doke. Back to the filter for Schiphol. Pinch and zoom in. This is KLM flight 1198 arriving from Oslo, Embraer 190. Squeaky brakes on an Embraer, who would have thought? Let's see, next up, Embraer 175, Embraer 175, A321neo. The A321neo is still turning in, further to the east. So this is KLM for 12:30, arriving from Gothenburg. 1 hour and 13 minutes on the way. PHEXK, 7 years old, first flight January 2017. Reverser use there. Exit stage left. Quite a few waves in the water here. No, none of the birds are surfing over here. What is interesting is if you look at the windsock, you can see that it is blowing from the northwestish direction. So the airplanes now landing on Polderbaan are landing with ever so slight tailwind and a lot of crosswind. It's really in doubt. Shall I go to the Polderbaan? Shall I go to this runway? Would be nice for change, but will it stay open? Well, we'll find out soon enough. This is number 175 arriving from Stuttgart. Wolfgang has to go, has to work. See you later, Wolfgang. Thanks for joining. The next airplane to arrive is an A321neo arriving from Athens. It is a G in the process of landing. 3 hours and 18 minutes on the way. The SX, nah. 3-year-old airplane, first flight September 2020. Embraer 190 arriving from Nuremberg. Embraer 190 from Frankfurt is also still coming. We have a 737 arriving from Stockholm, of which we don't know yet where it is going to go to. Well, will be interesting. John, goedemorgen. No others who have joined in the meantime. Fruit minis against vegetables. Morning. Right, the G is about to land. Oh, what's that? Van incoming from the right in the foreground. United we stand. Maple syrup in the background. Fucker. Okay, Fokker 100. Old tower. Main tower. And then there's also the dedicated tower near the Polderbaan. Chris says, good day from a cool winter's afternoon in Perth, West Australia. Great stream as always. Welcome to the show, Chris. Cool winter afternoon. I'd venture to guess that you guys still have higher temperatures over there in winter than we do over here in what on paper should be summer over here. 15C, maybe a tad warmer now. Here we have the German Airways Adler special livery arriving from Nuremberg. If I recall correctly, there was also a 75-year Herpa expected later, not too long from now. Which would be nice, that would be a channel first. I think we also have Singapore on the move. Yeah, stuck in. Or is it? Yeah, Singapore A350 on the move. Now, okay, Embraer 175 from Luxembourg also seems to be coming this way. 16C. Well, your winter day, your cool winter day is the same temperature as our cool summer day over here then, Chris. More balls in the chat. Back from his little holiday in Kos. Though no 737 MAX on the way out with TUI, just a regular one. Man, that's a bummer, mate. Hope you did have a good holiday there. Bit warm now in Greece, isn't it? Are there also some forest fires underway over there on some of those Greek isles already? Islands. Man, all the door panels stayed on though. Boring. What a boring flight. I'd ask my money back. Used there. So in 20 minutes from now we'll see if this runway remains open or not. It is already nice to see that an Embraer 175 arriving from Luxembourg apparently passed by the glide slope of Polderbaan, even though it arrived from a direction ordinarily you'd think it would land on Polderbaan with. Embraer 190 arriving from Nice also seems to be coming this way. Nice. EFK has to go now, but we'll try to jump it back in later. Well, I hope I will still be around then. That will depend on whether or not this runway will be closed for 1.5 hours as was expected earlier, or if they're going to stay open. V-dub, I think. Nice Delta machine. They're all taxiing to runway 24 to take off from, which is now the runway with the most headwind, barring runway 27, which is now used for arrival still. Hey, is that the Finnair A350 tail I see? I think it is. Hey, Suriname should. Suriname A330 just took off, not this one, but already a bit earlier. Huh. Well. Let's see. No. We still have to wait a little bit longer. Might as well see if we can catch the departure of Singapore from runway 24. We're waiting for traffic. It is coming. They're taking a little turn and a little detour over the east, coming this way. Now a big, massive, whopping thank you to Andy Q, just now gifting 10 memberships Holy shit. Thank you so much, Andy. If you are one of the recipients, don't forget to say thanks. Or cheers. Or dankeschön. Or dankjewel. Don't forget to say thank you to Andy. Welcome to the Aurora Skylines new members. Be sure to use the custom emojis that you now have at your disposal for a month. If you like using the emojis, consider renewing your membership that you just got gifted. Andy, thank you so much, mate. Very generous of you. You really shouldn't have, but thank you so much. Newcastle calling, Michael in the house. We need to number you guys. We have several Michaels, several Pauls, several Ricks. Hey. Was that a bizjet that landed on the Polderbaan? Is that Taylor Swift? Look, Rick, it's your favorite artist. It's Taylor Swift. Could it be her? Where did this airplane come from? Jörg has to switch back to lurking, still working. Nice rhyme. Back to lurking, still working. Well, I hope I will still be around come lunchtime, Jörg. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Interesting that this airplane still has its reversers activated. It came from NA. Well, doesn't Taylor Swift live in NA? If you double click on the track, does the map show anything? Surely it must be hailing from the United States or something. Taylor management. Taylor Swift, here she is. Rick's favorite artist. Pilot from Minneapolis. Well, Rick, you're our biggest fan. You tell me, is that where she lives? Wasn't she from southeast or something? Atlanta or something? Charterbuck. Well, pretty sure she has her own, plural. No, so far airplanes are still coming this way. Air Oink Oink is also coming. Let's say the A321neo now crossing the border. The A321. Is that coming to runway 27? Just curious what will happen if the runway is going to close or not. Don't think it will, but still curious. Was some traffic crossing the border into the Netherlands from Germany just now. Did anybody happen to have a look? Anyway, this is KLM Flight 1710. Number 175. Arriving from Luxembourg. PH, EXU, FEXU. 54 minutes underway from Luxembourg to the Netherlands, but that's because this airplane took a little detour around the north. 6 years old. Express is also on the move. Where did I see it? Windshock indicating wind blowing from the west, but a little bit north of west. Air Baltic A320 going out. Now let's see. Next up to this runway is going to be KLM flight 1284. Hey Marius, goedemorgen. Also engineer on board Christos, good morning. Embraer 190 arriving from Aalborg up next. 10-year-old airplane, first flight January 2014, an hour and 2 minutes underway. Air Oink Oink is turning in a bit further out. The question is, will we be able to see it already? The answer is yes. Yes, we will. That is flying in the vicinity of Weesp. Now there's an Embraer 190 flying in the vicinity of Kampen, arriving from Hanover. Question is it coming this way or is it going to go to the Polderbaan? More base jets outbound. One of Transavia's A321 Neos, is that one of the... wasn't also one of their own delivered earlier in the week? Is that it, perhaps? Could be it. Just thinking out loud here. Right, KLM, Embraer 190 arriving from Aalborg. Mario says that Taylor Swift has a Dassault Falcon 7X, right? And Christian, you're welcome, mate. One to Hanover is going to Polderbaan, Mario says, so that might be indicative of the runway closing. So they might go through with that after all. Means that this runway is going to stay closed for 1.5 hours until 1 o'clock. And that A321 flying just north of Deventer, probably also going to Polderbaan then. means that this might be the last airplane of the show then. Mother fudgers. I don't know why they're doing this, because at 1 o'clock it is said that this runway was also going to be reopened again for arrival, so that is just idiotic. Howdy Ton. Yeah. Polderbaan in use with a little bit of tailwind and a lot of crosswind. Well, Christian Bezoek Bas said that they actually planned for all arrivals to take place on Polderbaan from 11:40 until 1 o'clock, but depending on the wind, They might also continue using runway 27 again. But the default plan was closure of the runway and then reopening again at 1 o'clock. Now, had I known this beforehand, then I would have gone to the Polderbaan. I was already doubting whether or not this runway was going to stay open, but the Bezoekbus website will only update later, so you need to make a decision. It was always going to be a gamble. Air Oink Oink, returning from Istanbul to Amsterdam. By the looks of it, the last airplane of the day. Really silly with this wind. May I remind you, this is what the wind shock currently looks like. Viagra and headwind for this runway, so KLM, sorry, Schiphol, once again, as we would say in Dutch, onnavolgbaar. Randomness galore. Let's stick around for a few minutes. I'm just curious to see if there is an inspection or something going to take place and maybe a reopening after that. In that case, we would be able to see that with the airplanes arriving from the east or northeast. If they are going to be reassigned to runway 27, a reopening is expected to take place shortly, but everything now entering Dutch airspace will be assigned Polderbaan. Then I am afraid it's game over, because then the runway is going to stay closed for 1.5 hours. And just like how Polderbaan is isolated from the rest of the airfield when everything takes place over here, so too when everything takes place on Kaagbaan and Polderbaan is this runway very isolated from all the action. You can see a little bit of the departures from over here, but it's not front row seats. The Polderbaan arrivals from over here are hard to spot. Paul also says BBN Airlines due in 14 minutes going to the Polderbaan. Yeah. I'm assuming that the Embraer 190 arriving from Billund is also going to Polderbaan. Let's see, there is no immediate traffic. Well, no, the first traffic to arrive from the east looks like it'll be arriving from Stuttgart. Anything from the south? So going to Polderbaan probably. Lest I forget, a massive big thank you to Arjan, who just now gifted 5 memberships, coming in with a bang. And also at the same time, scroll, Arjan celebrating 9 months of membership, saying good morning all. Thank you so much for your continued support, Arjan. Good morning to you too. And also a massive big thank you for the gifted memberships. If you are one of the 5 recipients, don't forget to say thank you or dankjewel to Arjan for your gifted membership. With custom emojis now at your disposal for a month, be sure to use them and don't be shy using them. Right. Looks like the stream is going to end because there is no more traffic coming through this runway for the next 1.5 hours. I really don't know why. Later this afternoon, this runway is going to reopen again. some randomness over here at Schiphol Airport, but I think it is a sign of the gods for me to continue doing my house chores and be ready for tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will work along. Not sure that it will. More rain expected in the upcoming days, so I hope it's going to stay dry at some point for a couple of hours tomorrow. I hope to see you then. I am going to wrap it up now because it's boring standing here looking at departures that you can only see briefly from runway 24 all the way from over here. So thank you all so much for joining me here today. I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys did too. Thank you all for the support, and a massive big thank you also to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible. Hope to see you tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, then later in the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. Bye for now, and see you soon.